Goddess Hathor. I noticed that, like Sekhmet, she will just come when she's needed, even if you're not thinking about her, don't even know much about her. During periods of despair is when she seemed to be hovering over me when I was in states of in between sleep and awake, like during healing sessions I was receiving, or just kind of in meditation. She is a goddess that brings a message of joy, and she wants to help heal people who are in pain. So she's trying to remind us of how important it is to love and just have fun and feel mirth and celebration. She is related to the sycamore tree and the myrtle tree, and her stone is turquoise. She loves it. So if you have an altar for her, it's wonderful to put turquoise on her altar. She is a cow goddess, and she's like the divine mother nurturing us. A representation of the way that the mother goddess nurtures us here on earth. She is associated with vultures, snakes, the hippopotamus, lion, lotus, and mandrake. She loves rose and blackberry and heliotrope. She's also a goddess of beauty, and she has been urging me to switch over to clean makeup and to stop wearing all the chemical makeup that I've been wearing. There's actually crazy chemicals in makeup. So she's also a goddess of sex and marriage and love and romance. So if you would like her blessing over a union, I would see if you can get her blessing. But if she gives you a message about maybe looking elsewhere, if she sees something unhealthy, I think it's best to listen and not override these intuitive feelings that she may help you come into. But overall, she can help lead you to a healthy partner. She can also bring protection, prosperity, strength. She is actually also associated with the afterlife and death. I made a video before about Sekhmet, and Hathor is like the other side of the coin for Sekhmet, where Sekhmet is a protective eye of Ra. Hathor is also the eye of Ra, but she is what Sekhmet turned into when she was given all of the wine to help quench her bloodlust and turn her happy. Sekhmet transformed into Hathor. I have seen some visions of what looked like the globe, and I saw a bunch of cows dying all over the land. They were malnutritioned and their bones were sticking out, and they were kind of like fallen over and just dying everywhere. And I know that's not the happiest image, but I see that as us not nurturing the feminine, the divine feminine enough, not celebrating the beauty of being feminine and honoring being a woman, like being sweet and feminine, and honoring the natural cycles in our body, like when we go through menstruation, resting more and allowing ourselves grace when we feel emotional fluctuations that come along with being women and having our natural hormonal systems, feeling joy sometimes and then feeling angry. Why not just accept these parts of ourselves and honor them? Because these ancient gods felt the same thing as what we go through, and they have left imprints of themselves inside of us. So I think it's okay to honor that in ourselves, as long as we're not hurting other people, but we shouldn't hurt ourselves in the process of trying to squish ourselves into some kind of robotic role. If you need help getting in touch with the feminine aspects of yourself, I really recommend rose, like getting our pure essential oil of rose, which is very expensive, but you only need the smallest amount, or you can get like a hydrosol of rose, which is less pricey, or maybe a diluted rose oil, and anoint yourself. Have the intention of connecting in with the divine feminine. Rose is also associated with Aphrodite and just that whole love and beauty goddess stream that Hathor is, and many other goddesses from different civilizations. It's so important that we honor this in ourselves, because there is actually a lot of power in being being feminine and honoring our emotions and accepting ourselves. If it weren't for women, of course, we are the portals for all souls to be here, and so we deserve to be honored for that. And it's really disheartening, that vision that I have of like the cows dying all over the earth, which I see as symbolism for the goddess. Just to have that grace for the women in your lives, show them love and help them to feel safe. If you're a man out there, women are the most affectionate and open and loving when we feel safe. So if a woman doesn't feel safe, she cannot open her heart. She can't show any physical affection if she feels unsafe. And some people may think, well, what about like BDSM, where people purposely put themselves into situations that seem scary, but still a woman would not be able to do that if she did not feel safe with the partner. So nurture the women in your life in a pure-hearted way that can create a ripple effect to help heal the Divine Mother in all aspects of life for all of us. With Hathor's stone being turquoise, that's really interesting because I use turquoise in my energy work treatments to help heal the throat chakra when I see imbalances there, or sometimes when I am giving a session and someone has a imbalance, sometimes the stone turquoise will just come into my mind and I'll put the energetic imprint of that into their aura just to help them heal their throat chakra, which is connected to expressing yourself and feeling heard in the world. A lot of women don't feel heard. I know some people think that the world has shifted too much to more feminine ideals and men becoming more feminine, but there's still an aspect of that is not being truly honored. I see a lot of angry men online creating channels and posts just really denigrating women, and a lot of times I don't think that much healing has actually taken place. You know, the misogyny may just have moved to a more underground, underhanded sort of thing, but it's definitely still there, and we definitely need to still work on it as a collective society. That starts with us women honoring the divine feminine within ourselves, and Hathor can help you with that. And for men, that comes with honoring the women in your life and not treating them as if they are less than or in a patronizing way, because we have our own connection to deity, and many of us are daughters of Hathor and Aphrodite and the love goddesses. I appreciate you bringing me to the forefront. I show you an image of a volcano right before it erupts. The smoke, which starts to come out, blown gently in the wind. This mountain is heating up, and you know it's gonna blow. And so you make preparations and maybe even just watch in awe and wonder. Some may wish that it wouldn't blow, that the mountain wouldn't erupt, but it is a part of nature and a part of life, and these things must happen. And yes, they can be destructive at times. And yes, it is a part of your world. The matter of your world requires such machinations. I know these things can be fearful and cause a lot of disharmony in the moment, but I show you a string of strawberries, red and ripe and full of sweetness. How did this thing come to be? The sun had to heat up this organism below soil. It had to spin and toil beneath the earth, the sun and the water and the rain. It had to make a combination that caused an eruption from underneath the ground, and then it produced sweetness, red and vibrant and bursting. It had to be plucked and consumed, and many eruptions were part of this process. The eruption of taking in divine sweetness. What an extraordinary feeling to inhale the scent and the aroma, the carnality of it, the way that the juices fill your mouth and cause you pleasure. It is an exquisite eruption and very necessary in order to feel that this whole life is worthwhile. Now, for the earth erupting, it does not provide such sweetness as you can see in the way of our example with the fruit, but it still provides a way for souls to traverse deeper into this world, to make more land for one to explore, to come across new terrain, to find new ways and new valleys and new peaks, new paths, new experiences, some good, some bad, all exquisite in a way, because they lead to something that I think is still hidden yet for your consciousness. You may not understand what is happening here at this moment. You may choose to have discarded what you've previously learned and absorbed. You have a willful block right now. It's a wall, and I'm so sorry that you've elected to put this up, but you're angry in many ways for all of the passing traumas that have come forth. I am so sorry for this, but do not despair and don't forget, you did choose to come here and experience all there is, and this is such a short journey. Just think when you are taking a road trip and you just want it to be over with and you're tired of being in the car and it's just going on and on and on. But once you arrive, you know that it was all worth it, and you know that there are new experiences once you arrive and you step out of your vehicle, and then you can explore once again. So what I am saying is, all is necessary, all eruptions, all disruptions, all sweetness, all sourness. Sourness is a stage that leads to sweetness, and it is just this world that you've chosen to be in at this time with time, with a beginning and end point. So in a world with such linear experiences, this is what it is, and you may want to just accept it. What else can you do? It is what it is. The way that beauty blossoms and then fades, it is a necessary experience. Don't be afraid. It's okay, because you should not hope that something stays the same type of beauty forever. If you look through my eyes, you can see all the stages of beauty. There are many of them, and if you are an evolved soul, you can see it in every moment. Every time one tries to control and take away your freedom. Yes, it is disheartening, but if you can see the reason for it, which is moving from one state to the next, and what is gained in that process. I know you may be tired of hearing it, but give your mind a rest for now and just create beauty. Create jewelry, art, buy beautiful makeups without chemicals, paint and dance and make music, and just celebrate. Celebrate with wine or juice or grapes, and just be here. If your way of celebration is to create beautiful things, it is me poking through. I am inside of you, don't you know? And I try to push my way through like petals of a rose, opening up and blossoming. I am centered inside of your heart, and you can choose to keep your petals closed. There is beauty in that as well, in the rosebud. But if you let it open, it's so much more comfortable, because then you start to make beauty. And if anyone tries to take advantage of this beauty, I shall send my sister Sekhmet, and she shall put things right. And then it shall come back to me, and then we shall have fun again. So it's a good balance, you know? And I am here for you when you are ready to embrace joy once again. I shall stay with you and help all the gorgeousness to erupt. and to decimate any negative attachments which are holding on unwarranted. Since my sister Sekhmet is close, they should also be afraid of me because I will not allow attachments. So if any attachments are listening to this here now, disturbing and draining energy from one of my daughters and one of my sons, I say you are destroyed and removed from your once was host, and you are disintegrated to nothing, covered by the fires of the earth, and you shall never be again. So goodbye and be gone with you. And what is left are my healed daughters and sons, and you must drink from me and nurture yourself. And the nectar is joy and happiness and celebration and doing things for your gladdening heart. I am older than you imagine. I am the lioness in the prairie. I am the seed first sown. I am the oldest one from the moons and the stars and the sea of stars. I am all that will ever be, because in the beginning there was happiness, there was laughter. In the beginning there was always a way to make one smile. So that is how I have always been here. I came from Sirius and a star very far away. We had little tiny heads, like a little cat with ears. And even from this place, from my days with Horus, from my wanderings across the desert and the mountains, across the valleys of no water and no love, even in these days, I've been here, and I am the ever-present rose within your hearts. And there is a wound deep within the heart of the Sacred Mother that all femininity beholds and is connected to. And this wound is small and to the right and spinning and dark and must be plucked from the consciousness so that real joy can abound once more. This is a betrayal wound, betrayal felt that has come from the source of life itself. And I'm so sorry that you feel so hurt and so left behind from life and joy. I am sorry for those of you who ended up in a life lacking in joy, a life stuck without being able to pursue your true eternal happiness. And I would like to say for all of you, disconnect yourself from this wound and find your joy, because it exists in the small moments. And once you leave this space, you'll have to find another and create joy within it, so it's a lot easier to find it now, right where you are. All the blossoming flowers, the sacred womb within you. My final message: drink purified water with true rose essence within. Let the water form itself around the divinity of the rose. Let it nourish all of your cells and whisper messages of beauty and sacred femininity. Let it feed every cell within your body. As the masculine sun cradles and grows this energy, get some sunshine and drink in the rose and watch yourself blossom and grow. As you are the earth, the fire is the sun, the water contains the rose, and the air moves the rose around within your body to where it needs to go. It flows. Take this in every part of yourself. Open your heart when you drink in this essence, and you shall be healed, my sons and daughters. Take in my blessings.